Oh, no, Betty. Use this control right here.
Are you, Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Donnelly up in personnel sent me to give you this paper, and, I'm your new bearing instructor.
Oh? Well, see, I'll be with you in just a minute. Look, I'll be back in a minute, Betty. Just do as best as you can until I get back. Would you follow me for a minute?
Sure.
You just have a seat right there. I'll be back in just a minute.
Well, Mr. Badfire, what's on your mind?
Bearings inspector.
She's a good one, too.
Okay, Walt, you've had your little joke. Now give her to someone else. I asked for a man.
We don't have a man with her specifications. Seriously, Brad. If you treat her right, she might make one heck of an employee.
What do you mean, treat her right?
Get that chip off your shoulder. What's wrong with her?
She's a woman, isn't she?
Now wait a minute. You've got a lot of women working down there. What's the problem with one more?
You ever heard of the straw that broke the camel's back?
They're good workers. Quick to react, patient, hard-working.
Yeah, but that comes out of books, see? I work with them. I know what happens.
What does happen?
Oh, well, it's a long story.
Come on, tell me what happens. Maybe I've been misinformed.
Not too long ago, you sent me a woman by the name of Myrtle. Do you remember that?
I remember.
Well, based on our qualifications, I assigned her to a workbench. Well, in a matter of days, that workbench went from looking like a workbench to some kind of a beauty parlor. And then came that day. Hey, Joe, could you move your stuff to table 9? That'll be your workbench now. And, Myrtle, we're gonna be moving you to, table number 10. Is something wrong, Mr. Bradshaw?
No, nothing's wrong. We just need this workspace for someone else.
Well, gee, I just sure hate to give it up. I mean, I've come accustomed to this desk. It's situated nicely right in the center and gets good light. Well, I just begun to get accompanied to my new home. Well, I'm sorry, Myrtle, but, workbench 10 will have to be your workplace for the time being. You mean there's liable to be another change? There's always that possibility. Well, I sure hope I'm not liable to move every other day. With man, not a big deal. Tell him what you want and he does it. But with Myrtle, one little move is a big conundrum.
Okay.
Now wait a minute. You asked, now I'm gonna tell you. Mr. Brentworth, the date has been set for my marriage. I'll be, leaving soon.
Marriage? I just thought you just got engaged.
Well, I told you 6 months ago. We were only waiting till we had a place to live.
6 months? Oh, golly. How soon are you leaving?
Well, the end of next week.
Well, that'll really put us in a bind. It takes time to train up another person.
Why, I know it does, but
Why didn't you say something? I didn't realize you were getting married right away.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Brentworth. I really thought you knew. I mean, we've all been talking about it.
Okay, Mr. Bradford. But how many blushing brides do you have down there? Besides, what does this have to do with your darling new worker? She's already married.
Do you know what I was doing when this new girl came in?
No.
Well, I was just trying to cope with what's probably our biggest problem. In your books, it's called absentee workers. Yesterday, I spent half an hour teaching one of our girls how to use this little machine. Today, gone, not here. I had to grab one of the other girls and try to teach her how to use the machine. And I don't think she'll ever figure out how this thing works. And you know what that means? I'll probably have to find someone else.
Question. All these things you've been talking about, marriage, absenteeism, personality issues, aren't these all just part of life?
Part of a woman's life, maybe. But I can remember the good old days. The days when there were only men in my department. We never had these kind of problems.
You didn't have the production output you have now either. Now look, Brad, you've got a new bearings inspector, and she just so happens to be a woman. You need a bearings inspector, and she is one. And I say if she's trouble or not, I think that really comes up to you.